Ezekiel 12:21 through 13:23. Devotional focus verse. Have ye not seen a vain vision? And have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas ye say, The Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Lord God. Ezekiel 13:7 and 8. You may have heard the saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. While trickery and duplicity have been around since the fall of man, advances in digital communication have multiplied the ways perpetrators of fraud can target us. Perhaps answering a knock at the door subjected you to the lengthy speech of a door-to-door solicitor. Maybe you received an email plea from someone claiming to be the surviving spouse of a wealthy foreign official, or a phone call from an individual supposedly representing the federal government or your bank. Whatever the approach, the person likely wanted money, account numbers, and or personal information from you in exchange for something, maybe a monetary windfall, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, or inside knowledge about a bargain no one would want to miss. However, just because proposals appear to be legitimate does not mean they are. In nearly every case, the gain promised is nothing but fantasy, an outcome that has no chance of coming to fruition. In our text today, the false prophets of Ezekiel's day promised an outcome for the people of Jerusalem that would never come to fruition because God had ordained otherwise. While these prophets claimed to speak in the name of the Lord, their pronouncements were deceitful and were not made innocently. According to our key verse, their words were a lying divination. They were purposely misleading the people. The message of the counterfeit prophets was filled with optimism. In essence, they were saying, yes, the Babylonians are coming, but don't despair. God will deliver us. Their words offered a vain hope because the people were continuing in sin and the nation was on the brink of destruction. However, the people chose to believe this duplicity because it was what they wanted to hear. God commanded Ezekiel to speak out against the lying prophets and declare that their phony assurances were like erecting a defective wall and whitewashing it to make it look good. Such an unsafe structure was doomed to collapse when God's storm of judgment, which would arrive at the hands of the Babylonian invaders, swept over them. Ezekiel's warning in our focus verses applies to deceivers of our day as well. God never changes. He abhors lies and dishonesty, and He will judge those who teach falsely in His name. He will also judge those who accept false teachings that seem pleasing while rejecting the truth God sets before them. At times, God's truth may hurt. For example, it may cause us pain to think of the judgment that is coming against those who do not believe. Still, we must always hold fast to the truth. That is the only real place of security. Background information. The word of the Lord came unto me. In Ezekiel 12:21 indicates the beginning of a new message which continues through chapter 13. In verses 21 through 28 of chapter 12, God revealed that judgment on Jerusalem and the land of Judah was imminent. There was such apathy among the people regarding God's warnings that a proverbial saying had arisen stating that revelations would come to nothing. However, God proclaimed through Ezekiel, "In your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it." See verse 25. Inevitable judgment was coming. Chapter 13 pronounces judgment against the false prophets. Because they spoke against God's warnings, they would be damned, both male, see verses 1 through 16, and female, see verses 17 through 23. The counterfeit prophets had declared what would appeal to the people and what they themselves wanted to be true, using God's name to claim their sayings were divine. In chapter 13, verse 4, Ezekiel compared them to foxes in the deserts, scavengers who lived off the fear of the people and did nothing to improve Israel's condition. Verses 8 through 16 relate God's verdict against these false prophets. God would no longer consider them part of His chosen people. According to verse 9, their names would no longer be written in the writing of the house of Israel. The wall in verse 10 referred to the weak moral structure of the people who had separated themselves from God. The untempered mortar daubed on it represented the false hope the prophets gave to the people. This inadequate structure would wash entirely away in the coming violent storm, which represented the armies of Babylon. Verse 17 through 23 were addressed to the false prophetesses who were using occult practices forbidden to the people of Israel. The word translated pillows in verse 18 also means covering and referred to wristbands and full-length veils believed to have protective properties. Hunt meant to lure for the purpose of ensnaring. Like the false prophets, these women were preying on the fears of the people and peddling false security in the face of God's coming judgment. They profaned God's righteousness and distorted His judgments for the payment of a simple handful of barley. They falsely foretold disaster to the righteous, but redemption and life to the ungodly. Conclusion: God hated the work of the false prophets and decreed that they would be judged and destroyed. The lesson for us is that we must always seek for God's truth and adhere to it faithfully in order to avoid the condemnation of God.
And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, The days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, Thus saith the Lord God, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, The days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, it shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith the Lord God. Again the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, The vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, There shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord God. Ezekiel chapter 13. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, Hear ye the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, Woe unto the foolish prophets, that follow their own spirit, and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, The Lord saith, and the Lord hath not sent them, and they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Have ye not seen a vain vision, and have ye not spoken a lying divination, whereas ye say, The Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken? Therefore thus saith the Lord God, because ye have spoken vanity, and seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Lord God. And mine hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity, and that divine lies, they shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord God. Because, even because they have seduced my people, saying, Peace, and there was no peace, and one built up a wall, and, lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. Say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall, there shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith ye have daubed it? Therefore thus saith the Lord God, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, and there shall be an overflowing shower in mine anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume it. So will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, and it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall, and upon them that have daubed it with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither they that daubed it. To wit, the prophets of Israel which prophesy concerning Jerusalem, and which see visions of peace for her, and there is no peace, saith the Lord God. Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy thou against them. And say, Thus saith the Lord God, Woe to the women that sew pillows to all armholes, and make kerchiefs upon the head of every stature to hunt souls. Will ye hunt the souls of my people, and will ye save the souls alive that come unto you? And will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread, to slay the souls that should not die, and to save the souls alive that should not live, by your lying to my people that hear your lies? Wherefore thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye there hunt the souls to make them fly, and I will tear them from your arms, and will let the souls go, even the souls that ye hunt to make them fly. Your kerchiefs also will I tear, and deliver my people out of your hand, and they shall be no more in your hand to be hunted, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Because with lies ye have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way, by promising him life. Therefore ye shall see no more vanity, nor divine divinations, for I will deliver my people out of your hand, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.